Hello and welcome to Heads Must Roll, a D&D actual play podcast set in a world of tyranny, corruption, revenge, and vigilante justice. Each of our heroes has had a life-altering brush with corruption in their past. Because of their troubled past, our heroes were approached by a stranger who invited them to join an underground secret society of vigilante outcasts. The goal of the secret society is to expose and disrupt tyranny and corruption in the government. These are their adventures. I tried too hard with that one. But anyway. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are back with our usual cast of characters to play another adventure here in the city of Bezbophis. Real quick, we'll just, do the Cliff Notes versions of introducing our characters, starting with Erin.
Hey, y'all. I'm Erin. I play Dalana Greydark. She's a half-elf, now level 3 rogue. One time, she was in this sex cult, escaped, now she's here.
Living her full life.
Living her full life.
It's gotten to the point.
One time she was in a sex cult,
I don't know, yeah.
You're just glazing over it now.
Just trying to compartmentalize it,
Yeah, it's not about your past, it's about your future. And
that's right.
Yeah.
Sex cults are no longer a part of that.
It happens.
Not the bad sex cults, maybe the good ones.
The good ones.
Yeah.
What?
All right, next up we have Devin.
Hi, my name is Devin, and I play the human monk Daniel Sanwei, who is out to seek revenge against the injustices brought upon his master, Sensei Sanwei. And that's it. He likes to punch.
He sure does.
Hand spit.
He does spit sometimes, too.
He does spit a lot.
Oh, he spits on his fists. I forgot that was a whole thing.
And corpses sometimes.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we last got in the saddle.
Yeah. All right, next up we've got Sam.
I'm Sam. I play Eli, our Hexblade warrior. His recent exploits, I guess, with his friends brought him a little bit more power, maybe a bit more darkness. I don't know. We'll see. It's all rather confusing to him.
Let it be known that Eli said it himself that we're all friends.
Oh.
I know, right?
This is a big moment for our crew.
It's a big moment for Eli. I feel like he's kind of the guy that's like, I just have acquaintances or allies or whatever.
No. Eli is now a very loving person.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Got some darkness. Yeah.
When he opened his heart up to love before, there was a great deal of betrayal and sadness, so it's taken him a while, but now he's finally like a flower in the springtime, opening his petals up and exposing his stamen or whatever it is.
Since that has happened, like the rash has gone away too, so like...
With Jennifer by his side, I mean...
Well, he had a close run-in with the immaculate infection.
Yeah.
I forgot that was a thing.
It is.
Strange world we have.
Stranger by the day. So I'm Jake. I play Angus the Clown. He is an aspiring clown with anger issues, and most recently he's discovered that he really enjoys getting inside people's brains and causing psychological damage.
It's also pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
What's not to love?
What's not to love about a clown? A mind-fucking clown.
Isn't that pretty much all clowns, though?
Yeah, I guess
clown
so.
do you look at, and it doesn't just mess with you?
Whenever you meet a clown, you're psychologically different afterwards. No
If there's
matter
ever
what.
the word fucking mixed into any sentence with the word clown, I'm already not a fan. So,
That is the wrong kind of sex cult.
yeah, that's just the wrong kind of clown.
No kink shaming, Devin. That's not fair.
I think I'm allowed this one. If I'm going to use my one pass, it's this one.
That's the clowns. That's where you draw the line. All right,
Anyways.
finally, we have Kurt.
Hey, I'm Kurt. I'm playing Riven. He was your typical rich boy doing his rich boy thing until a bunch of rich dicks were dicks to him. So now he's trying to do a different thing. He's not always good at it,
What?
but he sure does give it the old college try.
Speaking of differences, it looks like Kurt's doing a little Where's Waldo thing here. He's in a
To any of
different
our,
location.
Viewers who can get even close to where I'm at, I will send you a t-shirt from it.
We don't know what the t-shirt's going to say. It might say Burger King. Might say Viagra.
Our sponsors are getting great.
We haven't figured out who actually wants to sponsor us yet, but
Hey, but we're gonna make some swag for this eventually, right?
yeah, we just need to make an audience who wants our swag first.
Well, we want our own swag, right?
Oh,
We can
I
wear the
guess
shirt
so.
when we're playing, yeah.
Jerseys. Can we get jerseys? Yeah, we'll put our character names on the back.
Yeah. That'd be sick, dude.
That'd actually be kind of cool.
We should all have T-shirts with giant QR codes. You know, we were just walking billboards for ourselves.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. It's just like goes to the fucking YouTube channel.
We could make like a concert touring T-shirt with all the places I've been while we were recording.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I don't even know.
What if we went to like Gary Con wearing those? Wouldn't that be sweet?
Yeah.
We should definitely go to Gary Con.
Oh, Gary Con. I thought you said Dairy Con. I was like, I know someone joked about Wisconsin, but
If
like,
there's
come
a
on, guys.
Dairy Con, we're definitely going to that too.
It would also be in Wisconsin though,
Absolutely.
We'd all get ice cream and cheese curds and it'd be glorious.
and we'd roll D20s at the same time.
Don't give away the state that Kurt is in, guys.
I actually did go to a dairy conference in Hudson to babysit my cousins because they are like dairy people. Yeah.
Oh no, Erin is tied in Big Dairy.
Oh, is that our sponsor now?
It should be.
Moo! Brought to you by Big Dairy.
Not only do heads roll, so do wheels of cheese.
Yes, there
Brought
we
to you
go.
by Big Dairy.
We're gonna have to work on our advertising, but we'll get there. Speaking of getting there, how about we play a game called D&D?
Let's play a game.
We're gonna enter the portal to a land called Havathax, and the one who will guide us through this adventure is our DM, Eric. That was very contrived, but I think I pulled it off.
No, that was great. That was beautiful. Welcome to my magical world. I'm Eric, your dungeon master for this evening, and we're going to be entering the magical world of Havathax. So last time, our heroes had found the lair of Orton, leader of the Street Reaver gang that was responsible for the deaths of local street healers. After defeating Orton and his automaton guardian goons, our heroes found that he was collecting bodies to further research on curing the roving death, an illness that causes the person infected to die and then walk as undead. During the battle, Orton revealed that he had miraculously recovered from the scourge in his early life. This led the party's only dedicated healer cleric, Dectrin, to leave the party and take Orton's body back to the Scourge Purgers for investigation. While Dectrin left, the party thoroughly looted the room and found a note giving clues to how Orton's victims were being collected. A man named Locke would pick them up at midnight on Tuesday, signaled with a crow's call through a secret passage that led into a water trough. How will our heroes connect the dots? Find out tonight on HMR for Heads Must Roll.
That's perfect.
Coming to you, HMR, Channel 7 News.
The audience is allowed to watch this in the morning, too, if they want to, or the afternoon.
No. It says in the contract in the description that you're only allowed to watch it when we record it.
Somehow the file to click on or download or whatever just disappears, except between the hours of 5 and 10 p.m.
Yeah, it'll give you a virus too. It's pretty cool.
That way the audience can yawn when we start yawning as well.
At the same time.
It's interactive.
Okay, so you guys were still... Did you guys go back to the Full Mast, or were you guys still in the stable itself?
We were eating at the Full Mast. We were eating a steamed ham dinner.
Okay,
Right,
so
because
we're
we're only
working
allowed to
on
eat meat now.
the steamed hams. There's a lot of steamed ham to work on.
Brought to you by meat of all kinds.
Brought to you by Not PETA.
Not PETA.
We've had to get rid of so many buckets of blood from our P.O. box. It's been ridiculous.
Is that because the meat they send us is dripping blood, or they just send us buckets of blood?
They sent us buckets of blood as a message.
To,
I don't get it.
remind us that we're murderers, I think.
It's not animal blood. It's probably people blood.
For the right price, I would let PETA sponsor us, so.
I mean, I like money.
Can I be bought? I can. I can be bought.
There's no such thing as a successful podcast made by people who can't be bought.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, so we were sitting around the table eating our hams, and it's Monday night, and the note said that Tuesday night at midnight is when Locke does his drop off or pick up or whatever with the bodies that he sends to Orton. We need to figure out a way to either subtly interrogate Locke or stalk him and figure out what he's doing exactly at midnight.
I mean, the thing is his job is probably, I mean, Orton's dead. Like, what kind of job does he have now? I mean, he's got some explaining to do. He's gonna show up there and Orton's not there. Maybe the bodies aren't there.
Well, the body's definitely not there.
Well,
Deck is carrying it off into the sunset, so.
So what if we just started buying these from him?
Buying
The bodies?
The
from him?
bodies?
Yeah.
And then setting them free or whatever?
They're dead bodies.
Well, we don't know that. No, they
It
can't be
wasn't a
dead.
finished thought.
He was looking for healthy subjects.
Healthy subjects,
in the prime
yeah.
of their life. So I don't know if that meant alive or dead already, or if they did killing, or if any of that happens. I don't know.
We could, pretend to be street urchins who fall for whatever trap lock sets and then let him guide us to the place and see how the whole operation plays out.
We could just bribe him to tell us everything using steamed ham.
He's a hobo.
Well, he could be just dressed as a hobo.
Well, he wasn't betting like he was just a hobo, like he was just dressed.
He could be an actor.
That's still, it's nighttime. It's late nighttime.
Yeah, so it'd be like very like early in the morning on
Tuesday.
In the morning, Tuesday, I guess.
Tuesday, yeah.
Tor's Day or whatever.
Whatever fantasy day is the second day of the week.
Hit us up in the comments. Someone make up the 7 days of the week for Habitat.
Yeah, tell me what it is. The more money you donate to the Patreon, the more likely we are to pick it.
Yeah.
Well, Thursday should be Thaxaros Day.
Daniel
Day.
wants to go to the gambling alleyway that he knows and loves to see if any of his hobo friends are there.
Okay, so right
Yeah,
now?
right meow, yeah.
Okay, and so you quickly leave the table of steamed ham and
Yeah, I've
go
eaten my
out.
fill.
All right. With a full belly of steamed ham for the night. You leave into the night, and you go back to that one alleyway where you met the hobos shooting dice. And currently,
There are 2d4 dice throwers.
there's no one there currently. You can just
No.
kind of see there's kind of like some rubbish off to the side and like an empty barrel.
Gotcha.
But no
All
one's even sleeping in the gutters there.
Alright, I just figured I'd pop in and see if any of the bros were...
Hopeless gambling addicts.
At like
Yeah,
4 a.m.
It happens, So then I guess Daniel will go back into the full mast with his bros.
Well, a thought I had is like, since we saw the sort of like water illusion trough thing in the shipping thing, my thought is they probably tossed the bodies down the chute into the laboratory. We could just hide out there and see what's going on, plot ourselves there and wait for midnight to see what happens.
That sounds reasonable. Daniel's really tired right now, though. I think I'm gonna go to bed.
This guy kind of sounds like he's just a guy who was like a gopher. I don't know
Yeah.
why I would assume he knows anything.
No.
He knows how to steal my money in a game of cards.
I think we should go get Father Solomon.
We do have to go to the church.
Straight
Yeah.
to the source.
I
Yeah.
like this idea.
Well, we could certainly spend our day doing that instead of waiting for midnight to just happen by eating ham all day.
If we ate ham all day, we would just sit there. We wouldn't even be able to get up.
If we ate ham all day, we'd have to go to the hospital anyways, so.
Someone would probably get ham poisoning.
I was going to say we should assign a healing value to ham.
Yeah, how many temporary hit points do I get for eating too much ham?
Don't mess with me. I'm full of ham.
So yeah, we could go to the hospital. Do we have like what
I
we
mean,
want to do?
he's really the one
Do we-
implicated in looking for like these test subjects and stuff. He's the one that's gonna know all that shit.
And there's that fat clown Orlando.
Orlando,
at the front desk.
Yeah. Orlando Chevelle.
So I think that stealth is part of the making disguises. So I could disguise myself as someone who works in the hospital and scope the place out.
I mean, we still have Street Reaver like costumes and stuff.
True.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
Do you want to do the classic? Some of us are healers, some of us are Street Reavers.
I mean, it worked last time, guys.
You could have like the street reaver like going in for treatment, like because I would assume that they get their their perks
Treatment
at
for free.
the
Farah insinuated that some of them do.
right.
Yeah. I think I just want to go in there and punch him.
Just go in and start punching and see what happens.
Yeah. See where the priest guy is and be like, hey, I want to talk to this guy. And then I'll probably punch him.
Some of us will be in disguise and some of us will create a diversion.
Yeah.
Oh, I volunteer for diversion.
The Sneaky Boys special. Let's do it.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Just go over to the hospital and I guess we should have what is our stated purpose for entering the hospital in case we get questioned.
It's true. If we're trying to figure out like routines and where the guards are and stuff, having Daniel walk in the front door and punch someone in the face might throw a wrench into that.
Yeah, I think needing healing is probably our best bet.
I'm gonna do a minor illusion that there's like a shard of wood sticking in my chest, and I'd be like, I need medical attention.
Mhm.
And then,
I mean, we could just have a bleeding cut. I mean,
can I do
I
a
mean,
minor?
You can just stab me. Yeah, that's probably...
Yeah.
Well, so a legitimate wound will do.
So I'm gonna take that new black needle I got out of my pocket and poke my
Oh,
finger
shit.
with it and squeeze a little blood. I'm gonna smear it on
whoa,
Angus.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Too late. It's done.
So you're gonna like poke your finger and smear some blood on Ingus?
Yeah.
Oh my god, what if you like become a zombie or something?
Oh,
Nope,
God.
so you poke yourself and it feels just like a normal needle, and you smear some blood on Ingus. And it's very sharp, it slips right in and you barely feel it.
You guys need to chill. This is my sweet new black needle.
Looks pretty rad.
And while you mean to say this is my cool new black needle, what comes out of your mouth is, this is my old white needle.
Uh-oh.
And you kind of catch yourself and you're kind of surprised because that's not what you meant to say, but it came out completely different from what you intended.
And I'm going to hold it up and go, this is my new black needle.
Old white needle is what comes out of your mouth.
And I'm going to like get increasingly frustrated and visibly upset and just start saying it louder and louder and louder.
The pen is blue.
It stays the same.
But we don't know that he's not trying to say old white needle, so it just sounds like he's screaming.
Yeah, so for everyone else, it might be kind of confusing.
Why are you yelling that over and over and over?
Just calm the hell down, man.
I'm going to try saying something else like, this place is named the Full Mast.
This place is not named the Full Mast.
That's true, because
That is
now it's
true.
named the Hungry
Yeah.
Gull, right?
He did technically change it. Yeah,
to-
so
I'm going to say, this is my short friend Ingus.
this is my very tall enemy, Ingus.
Rude.
This is some delicious steamed ham.
I hate this steamed ham. This is disgusting.
He's lying. That's not the real Riven.
Yeah, there's something
wrong with you. I think you need healing.
There's something wrong with this man.
No one would ever say that.
When the DM has a carefully planned quest, and then I step in. And now this is what we're doing.
You seem to be stroking out at this point. Which
Yeah.
you might want to just stop talking for a little bit.
I come from lots of money, and I'm just going to trail off.
My family's broke as hell.
I'm going to pull out my little mirror and look at my face and see the little like blood job that he did. And then I'm going to pull out my makeup kit and try to like patch up and make it look more woundy and realistic. How do you do a disguise check or whatever?
That would be sleight of hand, because that's like physical deception, so
Sleight of hand?
I think sleight of hand would be...
Well, I'm going to sort of make the bloody put on my... Or is that...
You could do performance? I'm trying to think what makeup would be, or like a disguise.
I mean, either one I'm pretty damn good at because I'm... a
Let's do
bard.
sleight of hand of how well you can dab.
How well I can dab.
You gotta dab that blood.
It's a 10 total, 5 plus 5.
Isn't a dab like this?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
That's how I apply the makeup.
That's...
Yeah, it's reasonable.
So you're able to like, you dab the blood on it a little bit, and it kind of like clots up in certain spots, a little not quite the way you want it, but it looks pretty real. So,
Somewhat from a
yeah,
distance.
at first glance, it looks like you got smacked.
Okay. I mean, I'm ready to perform my heart out here as the injured person.
And I'm going to start thinking about how I can invert all my words and go, guys, we have no problem. I can say exactly what I mean.
Okay, are you saying that or thinking it?
I'm going to try and say that.
Well, I'll just say that it comes out the opposite of how you wanted it.
Did you just call me a girl?
Wait,
He started with the word guys, so therefore he called us all girls. There's one.
what would you say again? Say one more
I
time.
said-
I'm trying to think how this would work.
I think I said, guys, we have no problem. I can say exactly what I mean.
That comes out right. So that comes out the way you meant to say it.
I'm going to say, everything has gone exactly right since I poked myself with this old white needle.
Yes, that came out as intended.
Son of a bitch.
It's probably
That
worn off
needle's
by
black,
now.
dude. I think this guy's crazy. Should we get rid of him?
And I'm just going to nod.
Does he shake his head?
No, you can nod.
Okay, so I'm going to try again. This is my new black needle.
I've had this needle for a long time.
Okay.
Since
you,
childhood.
Acted like we found it in the place. I don't know what you're doing, dude, but like I think we need to put a hold on you. 501 or whatever.
I'm going to climb up on a chair next to him and put my hand on his forehead to see if he has a fever or something. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? No
He's
fever.
got steamed ham fever.
Yeah, was it all that ham?
Got the meat sweats.
He's just got the meat sweats.
Told you. It's the ham.
Would I be able to make like a perception check to tie his erratic behavior to the fact that he just stabbed himself with a needle?
I don't know thieves can't yet, do I?
Oh yeah, you know thieves can't at I think first or second level
Yeah.
for...
Okay, I'm going to look at Dalana, and thieves can't. That I can no longer say what I mean to say. And I also have to Thieves' Cant has to be like a message buried in another conversation, so I'm going to make this long meandering conversation about steamed hams and bury my message in there.
It still has to come. It still comes out as a lie. It has to come out as a lie.
Oh man.
Okay.
So even in Thieves' Cant. So if
Yeah.
it's verbal, can't be true.
Okay. Now Riven's trying to personally fuck with me. Come on, man.
Dalana, you have the identify spell now, don't you?
Oh, I do, yes.
Are you able to identify?
I have to like touch him or something?
And then Ingus, if you wanted to do like an insight
Okay.
check to see if you can put the pinning together with the.
I only have a +1 to insight. So that was a 9 total.
Can I do a knowledge history on the needle to see if maybe it's something my sensei told me about one time?
Sure. And then Ingus, you don't quite put it together, although there's something that happened. You think it passes by your mind that maybe it could be something with the needle, because it's a strange and you haven't seen black needles before.
Yeah.
Or you keep
So maybe
talking
there's
about
something
it.
more to this.
But in my head, it's not necessarily a lying thing. He's just
shouting about it in
sputtering.
the bar.
Like he's got like a brain-eating amoeba or something.
First it was the nail, now it's the needle.
All these sharp objects, and I've given myself meningitis.
Yeah. Daniel got a 15 on a knowledge history.
If you've heard about, if his sensei had heard about,
Sensei's ever. That's just my excuse of having knowledge history. Because, like, Sensei Soundway told me a bunch of stuff. So it's like, I can just be like, yeah, this one time my sensei told me, like, there's dragons or whatever. I don't know.
so of all the old sensei stories, you don't remember anyone's about like black needles and things happening if you get pricked by them. Or
So can I cast identify or?
absolutely.
So then I what do I compare it to, like, or I just tell you the number I roll?
So I think with identify, if you cast identify, it just
Oh, it just happens, yeah.
Oh, it just happens.
I think it just like tells you with like everything.
It's like
Right.
the black needle of Jinx.
So I can like touch him and figure out like what's affecting him, spell wise or
okay.
magic wise or whatever, right?
No, I think identify would like identify the needle, but I don't think it would work on me.
Oh, it says if you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, is that like a spell or
I don't know. We'll find out.
Would you like to touch Riven or the needle?
the needle? Let's touch the needle.
Okay. And so
So you grab the needle I've been gesticulating wildly
like,
with.
what the fuck?
So you cast your magic and then touch the needle, and in your mind just kind of pops this vision of this being a pin for the perfect liar. So this is the liar's pin.
Liars.
So when pricked with this needle, the person can only lie for an hour, and they get advantage on all deception checks.
Oh.
That's pretty funny.
But they can't tell the truth for an hour.
So I'm like a reverse Jim Carrey.
We can use this to our advantage, I guess, because, like, you can't even be a bad actor. You're just gonna, be a good liar the whole time. Maybe you can even get up to, like, see Father Solomon. I was also thinking I have disguise self. Like, maybe I could disguise myself as Father Solomon? I mean, maybe people would think it's weird if they, like, see him twice, but, like, maybe I can get up to his, like, office. I don't know.
Does disguise self allow you to be specific people, or just allows you to change your appearance so you're not?
Oh, maybe not specific people. I can just change my, like, appearance, like, including my clothing, armor, weapons, and I can make myself seem a foot shorter, taller, or appear thin, fat, or in between. And it has to be, like, another, I guess, like, humanistic form, like, basic arrangement.
Right.
But I don't think it's, like, I don't know if it'd be a specific person. I don't know how.
Well, you don't know what he looks like. Though.
I don't even know what he looks
You've
like,
Never
I
seen him.
suppose.
That'd be tough.
Bummer.
But you saw what Sister Salma looked like, so you could make yourself a nurse.
Alma, yeah. I could do that.
Did I say Selma? What did I say? I don't know what I said.
Selma.
Sister Alma, I think is her name. I could do that, I guess. I don't know what her standing is there, She's still working there? People like her?
Well, I mean, she's been kicked out of the group, but people of her position still probably work there.
Yeah. And whatever she was wearing is probably, underneath that cloak or whatever she had on is probably like her uniform, maybe? No, she was already, I don't know.
Well, if you were just wearing, she was wearing a gray cloak with like a white nurse's gown underneath or something like that.
Yeah, so you probably know from seeing some of them around, and with Alma, obviously she had kind of like a gray cloak when she first came in. Under that, the colors of the church are it's like white, gold, and purple are like the Mercy's Burden colors for the...
Mm-hmm. I would assume that there's like a typical like nurse type of dress that's maybe like similar throughout. Like I could sort of like get a generic nurse costume that would make sense. I don't know.
Like a slutty nurse costume.
Well, I mean, the disguise self allows you to sort of like envelop the whole thing. I just think like it doesn't pass physical inspection, right? That's
No, like if you touch, like I still have the same physical properties.
You just like if someone tries to touch you, be like, "This is a workplace, sir."
You're gonna hear from HR about this.
Exactly. So maybe since Riven is like in lying mode for the next hour, he should be the injured person.
Isn't it like 2 a.m?
Mhm.
Oh, it is.
It's very.
We're just
late
like up
for-
late at night. We're just like, oh my god, we got all these ideas. We're buzzing and
Burning that midnight oil.
yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go to bed until I can speak freely.
Yeah, Daniel's gonna.
Did that come out as I intended, or did that say I'm gonna stay awake?
Do we know how long that lasts, or can he prick himself again? Is it sort of just, it's like every hour?
Yeah, it's an hour. So, and you can prick multiple people. You can just do,
It
as
multiple
much as you
times,
want.
as much as you want. Okay, great. So anyone, we could prick anyone, I guess. And
Who wants a prick? Sorry,
even if
that's
someone
gonna
had
be
like
HR.
a better, I guess you're pretty sneaky.
Well, you
I'm a pretty
guys are
good
the
liar.
2 rogues, though, so you guys would be able to prick yourselves and just lie all day long.
That's true. We could prick as many people
Absolutely.
as we
Why don't you actually prick everyone? Just go into the temple and hit everyone.
want. Some people might want to have the capacity to tell the truth.
Just lie to everyone.
Everyone will be lying to everyone else, and nobody will know what's going on.
It'd be so
We'll
confusing.
we'll find Father Solomon, we'll prick him, and then we'll bring in the Children of Chaos and be like, he's betrayed us, and he'll try to say he didn't, and then say he did, and confess, and they'll just murder him.
That's a good idea. I like that.
That's interesting.
Hmm.
Shoot for the stars. So we'll all prick ourselves with the lying thing and go in there and just...
I feel like some of us, it might be valuable to have at least one person who can speak freely instead of being forced to lie.
Right, exactly. Like, what if it's integral that you have to tell the truth and you just can't?
So some of us can be, non-liars and some of us can be liars.
To be fair, I don't really see a point in any of us pricking our fingers in the hopes of lying.
Well, you get...
You get a bonus to deception, sure, whatever. It's like you can have a bonus to deception to say something you're not trying to say.
Well, I mean, if one of us is trying to lie our way in, and you get advantage to lying,
I mean, that makes sense until they say like I don't know. Daniel wants no part of that.
Yeah, it's too much. It's like
that's why
way
we
over
need at
his
least
head.
one person who can
You
tell
guys
the
can prick your
truth or-
fingers and lie all you want. I don't care.
We can also get pricked as needed, right? We can go in prick free, and then if we want to prick, we prick.
Yeah, that's what we can do for sure.
Pricks all around.
Just be aware that as soon as you prick your finger, you have to say things like,
For an
this
hour.
is an old white needle.
But I like the idea of Dalana going in as a nurse. You can just like run right in like with me in your arms and be like, "This is an emergency. I need a bed," and you can just like claim a hospital bed. Well, I don't know why from
We're
there.
both great liars, so I could be the one who's forced to lie. I could be a Children of Chaos costume, and then she could be a nurse, and then we
Yeah.
got Daniel's injured, ready to punch anybody that needs to be punched.
Pretty good at it.
And then what does Eli do? He could be interviewing Orlando at the front or something.
Looks so pretty.
I could go and put on one of these get-ups we have from one of the Children of Chaos again. I'm practically drinking buddies with them now.
I mean, you did hang out, yeah.
Let's just go for it and wear our costumes and play our parts and see how far in we can get.
Do we want to go now?
We are unslept, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty late.
Well, let's get a nightsy rest, have a meat breakfast, and then we'll go.
It's the only kind of breakfast.
Well, it's the only kind we can have.
Tell the children listening at home, don't spend all of your money on meat.
Or do. We don't know how the moral of the story has played out yet.
No, diversify.
Don't spend all of your money on meat.
You have to have a balanced breakfast, just like the cereal commercials tell you.
Golden grams. I don't know why golden grams.
I haven't had Golden Grams in years.
That's not even my favorite cereal. I don't know why that popped into my head.
Is it Fruity Pebbles?
Like Reese's peanut butter. They're pretty damn good. I like grape nuts a good deal too because I'm
What?
an old man. I like them.
Yeah, I was just saying, I love Raisin Bran. Like, I know people are weird about it, but I love
Raisin
Raisin Bran.
Bran's good. Grape nuts.
If grape nuts wanted to sponsor us, absolutely, let's go for it.
You're just trying.
I'm talking to you, Grape Nuts.
I spent a lot of time with my grandma, so I learned to like grape nuts with half and half poured on them and mixed with equal.
Oh.
Your poops were regular.
Oh,
You had the
yeah.
most solid
That's
poops
the perfect
a
combo.
child could ever hope for.
So once I got my hands on a box of Fiber One cereal, and I didn't really realize how serious it was, and so I went to town on it like it was a bowl
Okay.
of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I was like, I might be dying. Why am I dying of dysentery? I didn't expect to die of dysentery.
Brought to you by the American Fiber Council.
Definitely not brought to you by Fiber One.
We're going fiber broadly speaking. Since, I'm going to go run up and hop into my I assume they've made my bed halfling size by now, as requested.
Did Alan make that face when you requested it?
Yeah, that asshole face he always makes.
Alan is quite an asshole.
You run off to your all proportionally sized beds, and then wake up the next morning to what kind of smells like eggs and burnt toast, and kind of some of the hustle and bustle of the tables downstairs being kind of cleaned up before the breakfast crowd comes in.
When Ingus smells burnt toast, for a split second, he wonders if he's having a stroke, and then he assumes it's probably breakfast, and then he's ready to go. I'm bringing a lot of my own personality into the role here.
I was hoping that you smelling burnt toast was gonna be like you getting flashbacks to being set on fire. And I was like,
Oh, that would have been better than me admitting I'm an anxious hypochondriac. That would have been better.
Now we know.
I just have to step for a second and point out that I'm really sad that I was hoping to drag out not knowing what the Black Needle was for an entire season, and I figured it out on literally the first attempt.
Yeah, well, you poked yourself with it, you dingus.
You pulled it out within 5 minutes.
I should have just taken up cross-stitching.
Yeah, I mean,
Could
if
have.
you poked anything else, you'd never know. It'd just be a really good sewing needle.
My cross-stitching lies to me.
Yeah, you just had to prick yourself.
Macrameing lies in there. Like, instead of I love you, it's I hate you.
I hate you.
I hope you
It's like
die.
home sweet home. It's like, fuck this place.
I need a sign here that says
That's
that
the
for
only
Eric
slogan
back
I've
there.
ever had at every place I've lived. Just fuck this place.
Fuck this place.
Instead of live, laugh, love, it's die, scream, hate.
Sounds way more fun.
Positive vibes.
If there is a plate of whatever breakfast is available, I'll grab it and sit down at our corner table far away from everybody else.
The
I
protagonist
got
table.
the bismuth sitting in the center. I created the centerpiece for a nice look for the morning, since we don't have fresh flowers.
As you come down, Alan is busily still kind of like trying to scrub the ham smell out of the table that you guys were on last night.
We were very messy eaters.
And so he's cleaning up some of the ham, and you guys come down, and he just kind of like looks at you, gives you the eye, and goes back to just scrubbing the table.
The eye.
It's that damn look he's got on his face.
he's always judging us on our ham habits.
It's gonna be sloppy joes tonight.
Yeah, extra sloppy, Alan. Isn't that good for you?
You just slop it right on the table.
No plates either, Alan.
I'll sit down at the table he's cleaning, and I'll make sure that the first few bites of my toast are extra crumbly, and it falls
Crumbly,
down
yeah.
on the table in front of me.
He's like scrubbing the table. He just looks over at you, just kind of like looks you up, looks you down, goes. He's like about to say something, holds back, and just like wanders off to another table and kind of brushes up.
Dude, Ingus. I sit down next to Ingus, like, you gotta be like a little more discreet when we talk about people behind their backs, because, you know, he makes our food, man. We don't want to get on his bad side, you know. I get it, though. He does give the look.
He wouldn't do anything to the ham, would he?
I don't know.
Ham is sacred.
I don't really know him that well.
Pretty sure that ham's already contaminated.
Is it contaminated?
Oh.
We're like an hour in and we've had nothing but ham
Meat jokes.
talk and needle puns.
I'm gonna be editing this, and it's just gonna,
Beautiful.
like, I'm gonna...
Everyone shovel your breakfast in. We have to get out of here.
Done. And Daniel lifts a plate and like
Just literally.
cartoon style, like fucking Shaggy, just ungingers his jaw and just gulps it right down.
Down the hatch.
He shuffles his ham, every slice of ham and toast, shuffles it like a deck of cards, and then eats it.
Deck of cards.
And was like, "All right, dudes, let's go."
Are we all gathered at the table?
You guys are kind of gathered at the table, and so you're getting kind of first dibs on all the burnt bread that Fiona took out of the oven before.
My
So
favorite.
left it in a little long.
Before they caught on fire.
Havgar bless you.
Thanks.
That is the nerdiest thing I've ever said in my life.
No, it's not. I'm sure we can find many more
It's
examples.
not.
It's
My
not.
level 14 war. Yeah, you play Magic now, dude. That's not the nerdiest thing you've said.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a whole crew of people that just wakes up one day and goes, let's do some nerd shit.
I got it on a plaque above my door, and I smack it every single time I pass through. Like it's a sports
It just
team.
says, do some nerd shit.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
I mean, Devin was like, sorry I was late. I was at the Renaissance Fair today. So maybe that's the dorkiest thing that was said today.
Meanwhile, I'm just trying to eat my eggs and my burnt toast quickly.
So I'll be like, as soon as we're ready. Oh, so like if I went to bed, this weird crustified blood thing I put on my head is probably like gross now.
It's very dried on.
Can I like do a touch up or something? Or
I guess because you have a makeup kit, right? Or like a...
yeah, or a disguise.
To do it again, you would need more blood is the only thing.
Some like jelly or jam actually looks like a little more realistic.
I have a plan. Don't worry about it. I have a plan. I don't need you guys.
Yeah, to touch up, you need more blood.
Yeah, so I'm over here like, boink, boink, boink. And I'm squeezing a little blood out, and then I'm going to like flick it at him so it's like a blood splatter across
This is
his
gross. Yeah, Daniel's like, I don't like this, and he's gonna start walking out of the door.
face. I'm going to say, I'm only doing this because I love you.
Did you prick yourself with the pin again?
I did.
Oh, okay. All right, it's got to be
Doubling
wise.
down.
When Riven said, I'm only doing this because I love you, Dalana was triggered back to her sex cult days.
Ooh.
I'm going to start walking out the door.
Yeah, I like to think that when he said, I'm only doing this because I love you, it would be more that I'm only doing this because I hate you.
As I fling my blood.
Yeah.
That's so Riven.
That's so Riven.
Okay, that is the perfect title for a spin-off. It's going to happen.
It'll be our next short episode.
Check out our Patreon for That's So Riven.
It should just be just you playing, just a single player, just Riven, just like having an adventure.
I wonder what I'm going to do today. I've got so many options.
It's just you sitting in a room full of magic items and like testing them out on yourself.
Usually by stabbing yourself with them.
There's
yeah.
like an Iowan stone circling around my head, and I take it and I smash my finger with it.
That's so Riven.
This is useless.
We just have 6 people in the background shouting that.
We're almost there. We almost got an idea there.
So I'm going to start donning my Children of Chaos costume.
Out in the street?
No, up in my room.
Okay. So you splurted with blood and then went to your... Okay, gotcha. I thought you like walked outside, just did like kicked open the door and went to go lie to the world. Okay, but you can
Let's do
don
this.
Uh,
your thing. Yeah.
And I'm gonna like slightly gently dishevel my outfit so it looks like I was in some sort of scuffle, a clown in a scuffle. Maybe I'll like
Yep.
let my natural makeup be a little messed up, try to like sell the injured role.
Mm-hmm. Is anyone in the gambling alley, in the hobo alley? As we walk down the street, making our way downtown, walking fast,
Walking
faces past,
down.
and we're hospital bound.
Hopefully we haven't infringed on any rights there.
So Ingus, you're trying to rough yourself up a little bit?
Yeah.
I think it'd be let's do an intelligence check for disguise. Looks like that's...
I rolled a 2. 2 plus 1, 3.
Well, and then you can add your proficiency modifier because I think you've got the kit too.
Oh,
So that might kind
so
of
it'll be
help.
5. I'll be at 5.
How authentic do you want it to be, Ingus?
So you
I just
kind of
wanted to-
rough yourself up. But you just kind of like bend your shirt in like certain ways and it looks...
Yeah, I spent a
Strange.
lot on the costume. I was being too delicate with it.
Yeah,
That's what
you need to go full Edward Norton on yourself.
Daniel asked Ingus how authentic he wants his costume to be.
happened. Without decreasing the value of it. This is my...
Without decreasing time.
Okay, I won't fuck up the
Your
shirt.
shirt will be fine.
Daniel's gonna try and give one solid punch across the face.
Across
I got
the
these new
face?
gloves. I want to see what happens. Yeah,
Oh,
Roll for
no.
it.
it's for your art. That's what I say when I make contact.
I'm only doing this because I love you.
Oh
my God.
How does a 16 sound?
To hit me, it's very easy.
Oh boy, okay.
He's so squishy.
My AC is a 13. It's not great.
All right. So Daniel, how, I guess, hard are you trying to hit him? Because you're going to hit a lot harder than you would normally think because you just got these new gloves.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm taking it into account. I deal 6 damage to Ingus.
And you can feel a little crunch behind the punch.
I will take it.
You're the one who stood there.
That soft black velvet glove just streaks and just crunches into your face.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Me?
Yeah, you have to.
He's using the key.
No, it's automatic. Oh, it's flurry of blows. Never mind. You don't have to do nothing.
Okay, good. Good. So I just woke up.
Yeah, it's only flurry of blows.
You get another one.
Yeah, I thought about doing a bonus action.
Roundhouse kick him.
Yeah, I get an automatic extra hit if I want, but if I spend a key point, I get an automatic 2 extra hits.
We're gonna lose a party member.
You should definitely use all of your key points to assault a willing clown.
Just beat my friend, and I'll be like, looks great.
As soon as I get hit, I am going to immediately start screaming the highest pitched scream I possibly can and be like, take me to a hospital!
Get this guy to a hospital! And I'll pick him up and throw him over my shoulder.
Alan turns around and goes, what the hell are you doing?
And I say, no time, we gotta go to a hospital! And I will run with Ingus out of the
What just
building.
happened?
I'm going to try and have the needle concealed between my fingers, and I'm going to pat him on the shoulder and go, don't worry about it, Alan.
Oh, poor guy.
Do sleight of hand, just to see if that turns out as intended. Wouldn't be super hard.
If you don't stab yourself.
Sleight of hand. I have... Ooh, a +4. That ain't bad.
I didn't buy it at all.
Nope, that didn't work at all. I rolled a 1.
All right, and you slip it in between your fingers, and you prick yourself again, and then it just like falls onto the floor.
I'm just going to grab it and walk out without saying anything.
That's the fastest karma I've ever seen.
It's pretty funny.
Really quick, while Daniel is carrying me, I just want to put my mouth near his ear and just say the words very calmly, your favor will be repaid.
Daniel keeps running.
Okay, so Daniel, you've got Ingus on you?
Yeah, he's slung over my shoulder.
And so, Riven, you've picked up the needle from the floor, and then you're out too?
Yep.
Okay, and as you go to pick up the needle, Alan looks at you and goes, wait, what is that?
This is my old white needle.
What? He looks at it and
I'm
looks
going
at
to
you.
turn and I'm going to walk away.
All right.
That face.
And he just like can't find words as you walk out the door.
He's gonna tell HR on you.
There's no HR. He's gonna poison our food, okay?
Oh, you're gonna be shitting for days.
He is HR.
Yeah, he kind of
I
is.
guess, yeah.
He's more like the office manager.
Eli, were you gonna do anything before?
It seems we've run out of time, so I'm just gonna head out with my costume and go with it.
Yep. So I'm being held. I'm submitting to that.
Okay. Eli, you're in costume. Are you?
Mhm.
Is that like just one of the Children of Chaos costumes?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there is a total of 3 of them.
I'll choose a non-bloody one this time.
And then Dalana, anything before you head out as everyone's kind of storming out the door in a different fashion?
I guess I should probably wait to disguise myself. I guess I want to maybe go as like a nurse. I want to disguise. It lasts an hour. Should I wait till I get there? Should I just do it now? Like, would that be? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a pretty short.
You can just
walk.
conveniently get there at the same time. Who knows? It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm just coming in for my shift. I'm the newbie, right? That always works. So yeah, I guess I'll cast disguise self as a nurse.
Hello, nurse.
Nurse. Do I roll for that? Do I do a...
No, because if it's a spell, it would basically form. It's kind of like an illusion just on yourself. So it would go to just as intended. And so you're gonna look like you, but just outfit.
Well, I want to look like the most typical nurse, like that there is, type-wise. You know, maybe the same age as like most of them. You know, young student kind of thing.
Maybe give yourself one of those like Nicole Kidman The Hours noses, just so that you're a little less recognizable.
What?
Why? No one knows me here. Just as like a typical nurse at the Mercy's Temple. Like I would be there for my first day as an intern or whatever.
Okay.
I learned a very important lesson today that the movie The Hours is not popular in the nerd realm.
I've never heard of that movie.
Never heard of it.
The minutes, the hours,
Not
the
a real
days.
movie, it was a fever dream.
Anyway, whatever. Yeah,
What?
it's an old movie. It's fine. Meryl Streep, Julianne Moore, whatever. Anyway, moving right along.
Yeah, since he was running, Daniel carrying Ingus is going to be the first one to get to kind of the steps of the temple. And so as you kind of like approach it, running down the street, you can see like even from like a ways off that the temple rises. You know, it's a very, very tall temple. It's very, very old, made out of, you know, cut stone. There's some painted glass in the windows. And on the steps, there's a lot of steps kind of leading up to the big wooden doorways. And along the steps, you can see there's like people laying across the steps. It's just littered with just the sick and the injured. And among those, you can see that there's like 5 like blue cloaked figures that are gruffly like removing the people. And then also this massive, morbidly obese man in orange and red silks, not going near the sick people, but kind of like shooing them away and also kind of urging on the cloaked figures as they kind of gruffly kind of like shove them down the stairs.
Okay. Daniel, make way, dudes!
This whole time I would be screaming and wailing in pain as if, like, my emergency is somehow way worse than everybody else's.
This guy's in serious pain! And I zoom up. Run up the stairs.
Okay. And you come to like the base of like the stone steps and you kind of have to zigzag between like other people that have, you know,
yeah, I do cool monk steps
broken arms
as I do it, yeah.
And one person's, you know, vomiting down the steps and whatnot.
Gross.
And you kind of like start to walk up and the very, very obese man kind of like waddles towards you and in front of you and goes, Stop! What are you doing? What do you have there? What's wrong with him?
Out of my way, bro! And I push him out of my way to go through the door.
And so you...
Do you want me to do strength?
Yeah, roll
Want to be a big tough guy?
strength if you want to push versus dodge.
Instead of sidestepping this guy, you're gonna go with the most obviously difficult way.
Ooh. Well, it's a good thing I rolled low. I only rolled an 8.
So with an 8, you are able to just move him out of the way enough. And as you kind of like move him, he goes, ah! And for a guy his size, he moves pretty darn easy. And you kind of run up into the doors, and he goes, Guards, seize that man! He hasn't paid his dues! And you kind of hear other bodies just kind of hit the floor, and you kind of hear the unsheathing of weapons.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
As like the 5 guards that are along the steps start nearing you, or start kind of climbing the steps towards you.
Yeah.
Am I anywhere near them?
Yeah, are any of us catching up at this point?
Everyone else would probably be like, you can see this happening, but you'd probably still be
Daniel's
a
very
decent
fast. He
ways
gets an extra
off.
10 feet of movement.
I want to yell out, I think you guys want to help me. I have a very strange illness, and then I want to pretend like I'm coughing up a silver piece. I want to like try and do like a sleight of hand where it looks like I coughed up a silver piece just now.
That's hilarious.
That's awesome.
You're gonna
Okay,
try
so-
and be the literal golden goose?
Yes.
Daniel, are you going to stop once the large man, this is probably Orlando, was like screaming, or are you going to go like right up to the door? How do you want to
I
react?
will go. One hand is on Ingus's butt as he's over my shoulder.
Nice.
And firmly grasped. And the other hand will be on the door, getting ready to push it open and or kick it open until I hear Ingus begin a ruse. I've played this tune before. I gotta let the guy do his act. So then I will dramatically pause there and wait for him to do his thing.
Or maybe it would be smart if I did a minor illusion of a coin and then just later pulled a silver piece out of my pocket.
You're the magician. I do the punches.
I do have a +7 to performance. Is that the check you're going to have me make?
So you're going to try to cough out a silver piece?
As if my ailment causes me to cough up money.
That'd be sleight of hand if you actually wanted to produce one, like a magic trick.
Yeah. Or I could actually make it a legitimate magic trick with minor illusion.
Sounds
could.
much easier, to be honest.
Okay, I'm in a minor illusion that a silver piece pops out of my mouth when I cough, and then if anyone questions it, I'll pull an actual silver piece out of my pocket.
Okay. Orlando kind of like hikes up his silks, and he goes, Stop, you brute! How dare you push past me? He goes, Put that man down!
Okay. And I'll put him down. I'll lay him down gently, still with my hand on his butt.
Okay,
Are you the doctor? I point to the man. The large man.
he kind of looks at you, and you can see it's like a very overweight, bald man. You can see he's got just sweat pouring all down his face. And he goes, the youth these days have no respect.
That's true.
What's wrong with this man?
He's sick.
And he's going to look down at you, Ingus.
I've been coughing up silver coins once every 15 minutes for the past 2 days.
Once every short rest when my spells hit.
Either way, they're gonna want you. I mean, that's lucrative, if not interesting.
I don't know what happened, but ever since this boy came around, I've been coughing up silver coins, so we need to be looked at together.
Coughing up silver coins? Do you think this is a joke? This is the Temple of Mercy. Get off of my steps.
I need healing, man. And I know that you guys need money. I feel like this is a mutually beneficial relationship.
It's the greatest situation that's ever fallen in your lap, fat guy.
Are you trying to convince him that you're actually like coughing up silver coins?
Yes.
So, okay, roll like a deception to see kind of how that comes off.
I've been rolling terribly.
Yeah, it's like when you call in sick to work and you like make the voice, you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna come into work today.
I'm coughing up money.
I rolled an 11. That's not great.
You're terrible.
I know, my rolls have been really bad.
And he goes, I have no time for your little tricks. Get off of my steps unless you're actually injured. You're taking up space of our paying customers.
Well, my
Look at how
skull
fucked
is
up
also...
his face is, too. Yeah. He's taking pretty much a solid 6 points of damage to the jaw, it seems. I'm not a doctor, but I know how hard I hit him, so...
Also, my skull is caved in, sir.
Yeah, look at that. Touch his face. Watch him squeal.
I guess the clown makeup would be a little smudged from the fist-shaped smudge.
Yeah, there's still some on my knuckles, too.
Can I try and like cough up an actual coin this time with like sleight of hand? Or I guess he's just not buying it, is he?
I mean, that's a hard sell. That you're sick with coughing up money.
Roll
that's
good.
a straight.
Rolled your face and you went.
Yeah, I know.
I just thought the money would convince him to let me in because I'm worth something.
Flipping the script here,
I want to be
dude.
worth
Is it
something.
not enough yet to pay the dues? How much do you have to cough up to get to that?
Maybe you should cough up a gold coin and see what happens.
All right, I'm going to cough up a gold coin and see if that's more enticing.
The disease is progressing.
Is it performance or sleight of hand?
Yeah,
So
I
like a physical
suppose.
deception.
I mean, jack of all trades, I'm okay at all of them. I just
Do it,
roll
yeah.
like fucking garbage.
Do it. I believe in you.
It was a 9 plus 5, so 14. It's not the worst.
Could be worse.
I am just going to let the gold coin land on the ground and leave it there.
Okay, and he looks at you and he like sees you can see his eyes wander towards the coin and then it suddenly like snap back to you. He's like, do you think I've never seen a coin trick before in my life? Who do you think I am? I am Orlando Heuvel. Get off of my
You're
steps.
Orlando? Does Daniel see his compatriots bringing up the rear? Are they fast approaching?
Maybe I
Yeah.
would be starting to run up because, like, I'm a new nurse and, like, oh, I see someone's, like, potentially, it looks like from far away, like, hurt. So I'm, like, running up, oh, I want to help. Eventually, maybe join the commotion there.
So as you kind of like start to walk up the steps, there's like legitimately sick and injured people that are like
Dozens.
motioning to you like help to the person that looks like a nurse.
That's
But
terrible.
at the very top, you can see that now kind of like slowly encroaching on where like Daniel and Ingus are like the 5 cloaked children of chaos with their weapons drawn. They're not like attacking, but they're just making sure that there's no
problem.
I guess, no trouble up top. So their backs are turned to you, Dalana. So would you like to push past the sick people that are begging for your help?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
They're not paying customers.
Sorry, this new outfit doesn't make
It's
me
like
a
a real
better
hospital.
person, but yeah.
So you
I don't
like,
wanna be late.
go up the steps and people are like, help, please. And you go back up and then you've got those 5 cloaked figures that are like facing away from you.
Well, I'm just gonna like kind of like, oh, squeeze me. Just
Like, squeeze me, sick people.
New doctor here.
I don't want to be late. My first day.
And you come up between like 2 of like the really big like these half orc guys and they kind of look at you and they go, oh, sorry, sister, as they allow you through.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Let's go over to Eli. So Eli, you can see like Dalana running up the steps and she just kind of squeezed between a couple of the children of chaos at the top and you can kind of hear the little argument going on up at the top of the steps.
I will make my way up to, I look like one of the children's chaos. Let's go up and see what's going on.
Make an intelligence check with advantage for disguise. Since you have like the costume. So you would look like it, but just to see how you pull it off.
Yeah, I'd like to see you pull it off.
Where's disguise?
So it's not one on there, but like
Intelligence.
normally it comes off of like intelligence of like, okay, how's this supposed to look?
Is it persuasion? Or is it just straight intelligence?
It's just straight intelligence, but with advantage since you got all the necessary parts.
Huh. Well, that's not good. So I managed to roll 3 twice.
Okay.
The dice are against us today.
You run up there, and then so you kind of run up to the top of the steps. I guess, what would you like to do? So, like, the 5 Children of Chaos, obviously their attention is turned away from you at the time that Dalana just snuck through.
What does it look like they're doing?
So, basically, they're watching kind of like the little, like, ruckus that's happening between Orlando, Ingus, and Daniel, because Daniel basically just rushed past, and so they're just making sure that they don't have, a violent guy that just screamed up the steps.
Are they armed?
Because you can't get in unless you pay, so they are armed.
Okay, I will similarly arm myself, and I'll edge in a little closer and be like, what's going on here?
And one of the guys has like a warhammer in his hand, like looks over at you, and he goes, "Ruffians haven't paid their dues." And he kind of looks at you, looks down, looks back up. Who are you?
New guy. I was just at Orton's the other night. Anyways, I got sent over here. I was supposed to help some dude get in because I have some money for whatever. He dropped it and was on his way. I don't know.
Deception.
Fine.
You're good at deception or intimidation.
Yeah, because I just got a 23.
Nice.
Ooh, makes perfect sense. He goes, "Oh, okay, you're one of Orton's guys. All right."
Yeah, that's me. I'm new though. I'm new, so I might be a little bit.
No one's ever met me before except for you. Don't ask anyone about me.
No, Orton met me. I met Orton. We had a personal.
Can't ask him any questions.
Chat. You know what? I'm gonna stop talking.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try and wedge my way through there.
Okay, and he kind of like holds you back. He's like, he goes, "Wait, let us just like clear these guys first, then we can let you in. These guys might try to pull something quick on us. Just give us a minute, new guy. You can see how we do it."
Okay. Let's see how this goes. I'll give him one moment to, I don't know what he's gonna do.
Okay. And then we'll go down to Riven.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like slowly approaching this, watching what unfolds, pretending I'm just kind of letting everyone else take point on this.
Okay. Are you in like costume at all, Riven, or are you?
I think you put on one as well.
Yeah, I'm in the costume.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm walking up. I'm in my Children of Chaos armor and uniform and everything, and taking a watchful eye and pretending I'm watching everyone else take care of the ruffian for me.
Also roll disguise with advantage. Or, excuse me, intelligence check with advantage for disguise.
12 and 10. I feel like I should be able to use one of my rogue skills for this.
You would think, but like with the kit, it like puts your proficiency bonus onto the check. Yeah, there's different ways
Okay,
to interpret
all right,
it, but
that's fine.
it looks like a lot of people do intelligence. Okay, and then you were just gonna kind of wait behind, sit back and watch alongside Eli?
Yeah.
And so I guess we'll go back to the people that are in the heart of the matter. So Ingus, you're still on the ground, so you've coughed up a gold piece, but it doesn't seem like Orlando is buying it.
I'm going to be like, I am legitimately sick. I understand there's other people here suffering, so I'm so sorry to have disturbed you at this time, and then I'm going to offer him my fake daisy and cast Charm Person. Hope it works.
Back to the charming.
So the 5 goons are going to see you casting a spell.
Oh.
So, because I'm guessing there's like verbal and somatic components.
Well, yeah, he has to sing a song.
Yeah.
So then
They're going to know you're up to something.
Well then, go to Daniel, and I'll think about it for a second.
Okay. And so as Orlando's talking to you, he like slowly bends down. He keeps eye contact with you, but he bends down and he picks up the gold piece quickly and stashes it in his silks.
I'm going to be like, well, there's more where that came from. It's just going to keep coming. It hurts a lot when it happens. Hurts a lot.
My friend is super sick, and he has a serious jaw injury from a very strong, immensely powerful punch. He needs medical assistance, dude.
As this is all happening, I'm gonna tap Eli, and I'm going to start walking towards him. I'm gonna say, "This man appears to be sick with exactly the kind of illness I'm interested in." And I'm gonna punch him in the face and grab him by the arm.
Punch who in the face?
Wait, who are you punching?
Ingus.
God damn it. With the
He doesn't
punching.
have a lot of hit points, by the way.
15 hit points left.
You're gonna walk up and punch Ingus in the face?
Yeah, is that not what everyone else would do?
Is that not allowed?
Situation?
I guess you can
Are you trying
totally
to just get
do that.
coins?
Do you want to like just punch him, or try to make it a light punch, or?
I mean, I don't want to like put everything I've got into it, but you gotta make a good show of these things.
All right, so you just deck him in the face.
I'm not that strong. It's okay. You're gonna be fine.
You're gonna be fine. Famous last words.
Half my hit points will be taken from me,
Before we initiate anything.
and I'm the one that everybody's mad at right now. So
What's a fist? 1d.
And 1d4.
Let's do 1d4.
Well, it's usually 1d4.
Is it
half,
1d2? Yeah, so 1d2, and then divide it in half,
I prefer 1d2. Yeah.
and then add your strength.
1d2. Okay, so I rolled a 2. You divide it in half, plus my strength is 2 damage.
Okay.
I say, I'm gonna take him inside and see how sick he really is.
Wait, did you say you're gonna take him inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he punches me,
Okay.
can I use that as an opportunity to just like have 3 silver pieces pop out of my mouth? Just so it seems like I'm not trying to do a trick right now to convince
You're
anybody.
still playing the narrative, yeah.
It's just that when I get hit, coins pop out of my mouth.
Is that gonna be an illusion, or are you gonna sleight of hand that?
I mean, I feel like the minor illusion is more guaranteed to work because I've been rolling like shit. But then the
Yeah.
coins aren't going to land anywhere, do they? They perceive like it lands somewhere, right?
No, because I think with minor illusion, it's just one. You either can like see it, but you can't like hear it,
Hear it.
or you can
All
hear
right.
it, but you can't see it.
I'm going to sleight of hand 3 silver pieces from my pocket to look like they popped out of my mouth when I got punched.
Okay, roll for it.
This is so silly.
Are you like Sonic the Hedgehog that lose coins when you get hit now?
Yeah, I have all these like jack of all trades buffer skills, and none of them have been paying off yet. Ooh, 13 plus 5, so 18. That's not the worst.
And so you get punched in the face, and you go, and then the coins start flying. And you can see Orlando is obviously surprised. He goes, Riven, he kind of pushes you aside, and he goes, wait. No one gets in until they pay the toll to get seen. You know the rules. He
And
doesn't
I'm
get
gonna
in
point at the
until I
ground.
say so.
And I'm gonna say, the toll's right there.
I haven't seen this man. I have yet to come up with the true price. These are just bonuses. These are donations. He's obviously given to the church. And he bows down, and he just kind of picks them up, and he pockets those too. Now, you little clown man, what's wrong with you?
Every time my body faces any sort of injury or sensitivity, coins pop out of me.
That was
oh no,
the
my
exact
God.
wrong thing to say.
The
Get
exact wrong thing to say.
off of my steps.
Okay, see ya. Because I just realized how stupid I just was.
This is no place for clowns or your shenanigans.
For the record, this is why I punched you.
And Orlando looks over at you, Riven, and he goes, young man, please escort this character down the steps and out of here. We're seeing our true paying customers.
I would like to squeeze past these guards at this point. Look at Riven and say, hey, remember what Orton wanted. He wanted this guy in, so let's get this fool inside. Stop wasting our time.
This is the guy?
Yep, this is the guy that we spent all night looking for, and now we want him inside, so let's get him inside.
He did say he'd
I'll
be
roll
pretty
deception
stupid.
again if I have to. These guys behind me believe me that I'm with Orton's dudes.
You'll never catch me alive and unscathed just like Orton asked for. I'm just trying to correct the
narrative.
the narrative from before.
Guys, I think this is working.
I'm gonna brandish my weapon and say, just all of you get inside.
Can I go inside? I'll pay money.
Aren't you still
No,
carrying
I
me?
put him down.
You put him down, so Daniel's still at the door.
And I'm gonna look at Daniel and say, how much money?
How much do I need to give you? I've been
It
eating
doesn't
only
matter.
meat for
Pick
many
him
days.
up. Pick him up and go inside.
Orlando looks at you, Daniel, and he goes, by the looks of you, you're perfectly healthy. The temple is only for the temple workers and the sick and the injured.
My tummy's been real upset from all this meat I've been eating. It's literally been every meal that I've had.
I got the ham fever.
Shush, get off of my steps, you brute.
This
Guards,
sucks.
please escort this young man down the steps and out of here. Shush. I have important business to go to, not this shenanery.
I want to intimidate him and ask him if he wants to carry this guy inside.
Wait, who are we intimidating?
I want to intimidate Orlando and see if he wants to carry Ingus inside instead. Right now, I can have Daniel carry him inside.
Okay.
Daniel also looks at the eyes of all of his compadres with the "do we fight" eyes. Like,
I'm gonna shake my head no.
Not yet.
oh, okay, all right.
Put the gloves away for now.
Before most of us even get in the door, Dalana had no trouble.
Yeah, I'm just like waiting in the bathroom, like getting to character standing, like trying to, wait for you
Yeah.
guys probably. But
You're like, your name is Cindy Lou Who.
Yeah, so Dalana, you're not
Okay.
inside quite yet.
okay.
So you're nearing the
I'm
door.
going to point at her and say, take care of this person and go inside. Everyone go inside in my most intimidating persona possible.
What
which
did
is actually
you
pretty intimidating.
What did you roll for that, Sam?
And don't forget his sandy hazel eyes, so those factor in.
Sandy Hazel eyes. We'll go with an 18 here.
You kind of try to strong-arm him a little bit, and he looks at you, and he looks you dead in your sandy hazel eyes, and goes, "Don't try to intimidate me, boy, or unless I'll give your name to Zago himself.
Zago?
I'm in charge here, not you."
Who the fuck is Zago?
You're employed with the children.
Yeah, you should not ask any questions, Sam.
And he kind of looks he looks up and down, and he
Looks you dead in your sandy hazel eyes.
yeah, and he looks at you and he smirks a little bit, and he kind of whispers, he goes, "I don't know who you are, but I suggest you leave right now before I tell everyone that you don't belong here."
Did I hear this?
You probably would.
I'm gonna cast darkness.
Imprisoning me. Absolute horror.
Yeah.
Darkness on.
Me.
You begin to cast darkness, and he goes, "A spellcaster! Guards, kill him!"
Shit.
And so you will get a surprise round to cast that, but then initiative.
Everyone gets a surprise round, right?
Mm-mm.
Can I have a surprise round to prick him with my black needle?
Because once you start casting a spell, everyone's gonna know. I mean, he's gonna alert the guards that you're pulling off magic.
But what about the rest of the party?
I mean,
Okay.
everyone was like, everyone was aware, waiting for something bad to happen, and that the magic was just like a tripwire.
I'm really excited
The
now.
guards were basically like readying for something bad to snap.
I'm really glad that part of our strategy was taking away like a third of my hit points before we got into this.
Yeah. Don't worry, I thought about that, and I did it anyways.
And we don't even have a healer anymore, right?
No, we got potions though.
Oh, we do.
Deck gave me a potion. Why?
haven't you drank it yet?
Yeah, I'm gonna drink it right now before we have like a turn order. Can I do that? Am I breaking some sort of?
You don't have healing word, Bard?
No, because we had Deck before.
Thus ends the tale of our party.
It's-
They all died on this church steps.
before we even get into
We'll see. Okay.
how many guards are there?
So there's 5, and then like Orlando.
Maybe all the sick people will rise up for us. Yeah, I think all the sick people will rise up and join our cause.
And like
It's
throw
possible.
weak ass punches.
The Children of Chaos aren't really popular. But let's do. Did everyone roll initiative?
I sure did.
And then let's do
Oh.
order. Okay.
Not yet.
So Dalana, what was your
Hold on.
total?
Doing it right now.
Sister Dalana, because you'd be like
7.
right outside the door. 7. Okay. Daniel.
23.
Woo. Eli.
12.
And then Eli, you will get that darkness off as a surprise round too. Ingus
I have a 17.
and Riven.
25.
That's
Good.
hot.
How'd you get a 25? Wait,
You have a
how is that
plus
possible?
5
'Cause I
dexterity
took-
bonus?
Initiative.
Oh, improved initiative?
Yeah, whatever that is. Alert, I
Yeah.
think it is, as a feat.
Oh, was that part of like the? Okay, that I gotcha.
That's cool.
Okay, and so first with the surprise round, the darkness ball goes off, and Eli, you said you cast that on Orlando.
No, I will actually. I'll cast on me or actually my blade. I'll cast on the hex blade. Why not?
Okay,
What does it do? I don't even know.
darkness.
Magical darkness. It is dark as fuck now.
Yeah, it's pitch black. Is it a 20-foot radius?
It's a 15-foot radius.
15-foot radius. Okay, that's gonna encompass pretty much the entire everyone.
Can you see through the darkness, Sam, or no?
I can.
The darkness goes off, and Sam, Eli can see through magical darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Invocation.
Was that an invocator?
Yeah. It's devil's sight.
Everyone else is completely blind.
Yep.
Magically blind. That's going to encompass everybody, like, because everyone's basically at the top of the steps. All right. And the initiative order starts. So we'll start with Riven. So basically you...
Oh, can I say one thing at the end of my spell?
Yeah.
Which
go ahead.
is get inside. Up the steps.
Oh, into the building. I see. What
Yes.
I don't get it.
I don't understand.
So Riven, like, this dark... I mean, everything just suddenly basically becomes pitch black. And you hear this voice that goes, "Get inside!"
Okay, where am I in relation to the door?
So you're gonna be maybe what would you be, like 5 feet away from like the cathedral doors? They're like big, heavy, like wooden doors with like the brass ring that you pull on and then you sneak in.
Sure, so with one move action, can I move 5 feet and open a door?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm going to move 5 feet and open a door, and I'm going to try and shoot at Orlando. That dick.
You can't see Orlando.
So that means I get disadvantage, right?
Well, you can't say.
I mean,
technically, I guess.
I mean, technically, you shoot at a sound. You can shoot at where you thought Orlando was. I mean, there's no rule against that.
You could go old school and start throwing percentiles.
oh god, I was gonna say it's gonna be harder. You're gonna have disadvantage, but then there's gonna be another thing because you kind of know where he is, but you're shooting literally into pitch black.
Yeah, that's shooting at
Could
unseen
shoot
attackers.
Yep. That's like just shooting at the. I shoot magic missile at the darkness. This is where. This is how that happens.
But if you move Eli, does the darkness move with you because it's on your
It
sword?
does.
This is gonna be the worst chase scene ever because they'll know mostly where they are.
Exactly
but
where
not
they are.
The
we
blob of darkness. Okay, so you're gonna like open up the door and then shoot like through the open door to where you think Orlando is.
Yes,
Okay, and so roll to hit Orlando of where you last saw him.
it's a 14 plus 2 is 16.
Is there a rule for unseen attackers?
I think it's that unseen attackers. I mean, it's basically a blind fight, right? I thought it was that you just had disadvantage trying to hit someone you couldn't see.
I mean, that's like if you're in melee with them, it changes a little bit because you know they're right in front of you. With ranged, it's a totally different deal.
I know old school is percentile.
Yeah, there's gotta. Okay.
So you're saying I don't get sneak attack?
I mean, it's pretty sneaky.
No. Yes, it's sneaky, but you're just shooting into darkness, not randomly, but like in a direction that you think it's going.
So if you have blinded, attack rolls. Interestingly enough, attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. So at the same time, everyone in there is attacking at advantage, but getting attacked with disadvantage, or attacking with disadvantage and getting attacked with advantage.
Yeah.
So everyone's just blind. So you have to decide how.
I'm
going to
say
do this.
that you have like a 20% chance. This is short range, like a 20% chance of hitting. Because like
Yeah, roll
for
it,
blinded,
DM.
it says with requiring vision, and so you loose the arrow, and you don't hear like a resounding or scream or anything.
I regret nothing. Okay,
And
and
the
I'm going
world
to
is
use a
still
bonus
dark.
action to dash inside the door.
So you dash inside the door into the temple.
Halfway through that dash, I would run out of the darkness, right?
Yeah. And so eventually you would dash out and you find yourself running down kind of like a hallway in like a giant kind of like stone cathedral with a carpet down the middle with kind of like small rooms along the sides. So there aren't pews in this one, but it's kind of like a long kind of like entry space. And you can see there's a very, very large kind of archway leading into another room down at the end of the hallway. And then again, those smaller rooms kind of jutting off the sides. And you can kind of hear like the moans and cries of the injured coming from deeper inside the temple and the side
Do I
rooms.
see any Children of Chaos?
Not inside, but there's some very scared nuns and would look kind of like male, monks in this case. Not like the fighty monks, but like fat bald guys that are just kind of scared.
I'm going to yell, Orlando's gone crazy!
Who are you? And they are just scared of what the hell's going on because you look behind you and there's still like part of like the orb is like gone through the temple. So there's kind of like a darkness blob by this door. Okay, we're going to go down to Daniel. It's very dark and you can feel kind of Riven dash past you and
And you hear an arrow sail past you.
sail past your shoulder.
Cool.
Riven goes one way, the arrow goes the other. That's amazing.
Daniel is going to casually walk with one hand outstretched towards where Orlando is.
Okay.
Or where he saw him last, sorry.
Yeah, you're really close.
Down the stairs, yeah.
Okay, so you walk over towards him because you're only really about maybe like 5 feet away from him since
Yeah, I
you're by
didn't
the
think
door.
I was too far.
No, so you go towards your direction and I'll say like you touch him. You can tell he's right there.
Yeah, I've been kind of facing him the whole time, too.
Yeah, so you can get within melee range of him and then you can figure out that he's there.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to be like, oh, there you are. And then I'm going to spend a key point after I do my first attack to fucking just wail on him.
Oh god.
So I can just get as many opportunities to roll disadvantage as I possibly can.
Okay. Yep.
I also want to do something else that isn't written in this rulebook. Can I do cool monk guy stuff?
Such as?
Such as using a key point, one of my limited pool to not quite see in the dark. But you know how when you train with like a blindfold on and you're like, and you're like blocking shit and you're punching shit? Master Sanwei made me do that all the time. So Sensei Sanwei did that shit all the time because he's like, sometimes your eyes cannot be trusted. You know, did that kind of stuff. So I'm wondering if I can harness my newfound ability to the chakras in my body to further utilize that. I'm trying to cheat.
Master Sanwei talked about this way of the shadow, but you weren't interested in that one.
Do they see through darkness?
If you were way of the shadow, I'd give you a little something, but I'll give you can have like some extra goodies with open hand type stuff, but that's like physical manipulation stuff. So with shadow, you could darkness stuff. I think would
Lame.
fly better.
I'm still gonna punch him a lot. All right.
You can still punch. You're good at that.
So it's gonna be 3 attacks instead of just the traditional 2. So first attack.
Yeah.
That's a 19.
Oof. Absolutely.
Second attack. Ooh, that's not as good. 9.
Hits.
I'm assuming not.
No, it hits.
Oh, really?
God.
Oh, this poor bastard. Well, then I'm assuming the 12 also hits then.
Uh-huh.
He sucks.
He's a big guy in silk. He's not a fighter.
There you are.
And you
but
can
you just hear
feel
the
your fists just sink into this guy. And you hear this, oh!
Yeah, as I find my perch with each punch, I want to work my way. Like, I want to land one, feel where I punched on the body, and then, like, judge my following punches to aim for the face.
Assess body puncitude.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell where you are because it's all very soft, but eventually you find your way to the crunchy face.
Since I'm very near this whole punching thing going on, I'm listening very carefully for the sound of Daniel's fists hitting punchy, doughy fatness.
It's like a slapping sound.
Yep, and that's what I'm listening for, so I can assess where he's at.
Okay.
That doughy slap.
He's within like melee range of you, Ingus. So like
Yeah.
you can tell he's like basically right there.
So it's 18 total points of damage because this was a 5, a 6, and a 7.
You just start getting after this, and your fists just sink in, and eventually you find the face with your last one, and it just goes, and that's where you can finally feel bone for the first time in your last punch. You just hear this like really high pitched kind of like squeal, and you hear this slap of lots of meat hitting the stone floor.
Make him do a strength saving throw.
Well, otherwise, this is like a Mortal Kombat finishing move.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw him down the stairs.
What is he saving
Yeah,
against? He's already going prone.
Finish him.
More stuff.
Tumbles down the rest of the stairs.
He's got to beat what is it? It's an 11 and a 13. He's got to be a 13, I think.
Yeah, he does.
Okay. He's too hefty for me to throw.
No flawless victory.
Oh, because you can do the push thing.
Yeah, So I was gonna push him. But that's fine. Whatever.
That'd be interesting. No, but he just crumples.
Did I get
Right
him
where
right
he
at 0?
stands.
Is that what happened?
Mm-hmm. And so, Ingus, you can feel this great, like, whoosh of perfumed air as his massive body hits the ground, like, right next to you.
Plop.
Cool.
Daniel, would you like to... You can still move some in the darkness.
I'm good where I am. No one can see me.
Do I hear the heavy breathing of him still alive?
Yeah, so Ingus, you can hear Orlando, yes, still breathing, but he's going to be fighting for life here on the ground.
Nice. Got him, guys.
Cool. Is it me now? I'm sorry, I just started.
Yeah, no, Ingus,
okay.
it's you.
You should throw some coins at him and be like, how was that for a coin trick? Son of a...
I just want you to know, Eli, that like all but like 1 or 2 of my spells say a creature you can see within range. So,
Oh.
Oh.
but it's okay. I'll do some tricky fun stuff later. I'm just gonna pull out my golden crossbow, and before I shoot it, I'm going to massage the bolt and be like, "You're about to destroy a dirty son of a bitch." And that
Wait, do you have to see to sing like a song or inspire people or do anything of that sort?
Well, I'm using my inspiration on a thing called Psychic Blade, where I can make my weapons magically toxic and add 2d6 psychic damage to them.
Is that why you're massaging the bolt right now?
So I'm just like talking to the bolt and telling it how like you're about to impregnate the brain of a disgusting piece of shit motherfucker. Get the bolt excited to like take the life of a piece of garbage.
Get that bolt ready.
Wow, you inspire the bolt more than any of like the people on your team ever.
Well, that's why I went with the College of Whispers, because it had this thing where I didn't have to compliment everybody all the time.
That's so funny.
Does it do extra psychic damage? Is that what it is?
So it does the physical damage plus 2d6 psychic damage
So you're adding psychic to it. Okay.
on top of it,
Which
yeah.
is heavy.
This is brilliant.
It uses a bardic inspiration point, but I've been
Okay.
rolling like shit, so let's just see. Do I get advantage? Is that what it said?
It'd be disadvantage.
Oh, well then it's already bad.
See how worse it can get.
So 8 plus 3.
Oh, that's good, actually.
Oh no, 8 plus 5, so 13.
Okay, so it's not tough because you're trying to finish off Orlando, right?
Yeah.
So he's right next to you. So you point like the crossbow to where you felt the thump as he hit the ground, and like the front of your crossbow just kind of pushes into the pudgy side, and you pull the trigger and the bolt just goes right in.
Nice. I thought I was going to miss. So it's going to be 3d6 plus...
Oh, why?
Because of bardic trickery.
My psychic blade.
I know, but we are pulling out all the stops to destroy the fat, helpless healer, and there's 5 half orcs we gotta contend with.
Well, he was closest.
13
And he
plus
wasn't dead yet.
16 damage.
Okay, you push it like right into his gut, pull the trigger, and it goes, and the entire bolt just sinks itself into him, and you hear you can feel a shudder up against through the crossbow, and then you hear the breathing stop.
Can the crossbow go through his body and then up through the back of his skull, and then the tip of it goes into his brain and spreads those negative thoughts into his brain?
I think that's a higher level.
Yeah,
ability.
I only rolled a 13.
Know that, his unconscious pre-death dreams, were terrible.
Well, he's dead, so cool.
Woo!
We didn't get to interrogate him.
No, apparently, why would we?
Now we have to go tell his wife and 3 children that he's dead.
Yeah, we're gonna find his wallet filled with like the orphanage that he sponsors and shit.
It's still dark, so we didn't see that.
He might not have any wife or children. He might just like, I don't know, have a porn addiction in like a sad apartment. Who knows?
Right? That's the narrative I'm rolling with.
The question is, does he have one of those wispy ponytails that like just like sags
was
down the back of
bald.
his back?
He was
He's bald. Okay. If he had the like wiry, spindly rat tail, then for sure he'd be alone. But
Shout out to all our viewers with wiry, spindly rat tails. That one goes out for you.
brought to you by Basement Dwellers.
We just lost 1,200 viewers.
Before we even had them. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
I don't know. Maybe some people are into that kind of thing.
Being abused, yeah.
I'll cancel myself so the rest of you can play on. My turn is
Ingus,
complete.
would you like to stand up at all? Or you still have your movement if you'd like to?
I actually would like to stay on the ground. How far from the door am I?
5 feet.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you're very close.
So I could definitely... So what I want to do is I want to creep along the ground and stay as low as possible but still get through the door. But if I'm only 5 feet away, I could probably do that because I have a distance of 25.
Mm-hmm.
Can I slink? Quickly slink?
Yep. So roll. So to go the right direction, to try to orient yourself, roll survival to see if you scooch in the right direction.
I rolled a 7. So I like hit the pillar outside the door with my head.
So you start crawling, and I think crawling is at half speed,
Okay.
I want to say. So you crawl 15 feet, and you hit a stone wall at about 10 feet. You're not sure where that stone wall is, but there's a stone wall there.
I don't think I have much turn left, but can I at least like curl up in the fetal position against the wall and just like wait?
You can.
I assume if I use Bardic Inspiration for my weapon, that was my bonus action, so I'm just going to curl up in a fetal position against the wall. Maybe do a little rocking back and forth.
As one does.
Okay.
I feel safe that at least I hit a wall as opposed to like a Children of Chaos person's leg or something.
It goes to Eli.
Okay. What does everything actually look like for me and the viewers at home?
Oh, you see me cowering in the corner?
Yeah, Riven is in the temple.
Okay.
Daniel just like socked out Orlando, and then Jake
saw that.
basically just like shot him right through the side, and then slinked off to the right, and then ran into the wall as he was crawling, and then just curled up in a ball. And the 5 Children of Chaos are worried, and they're basically just like trying to orient themselves, looking around, trying to figure out where things are.
My sphere of darkness?
Everybody is, other than Riven.
But how about all, like, because how big are these stairs? I imagine these were pretty big, or maybe I was wrong.
They're pretty wide stairs. I mean, so like it comes up the stairs and there's like 10 or 15 feet kind of a landing, and then there's like the cathedral doors. You guys are like right kind of like smushed in, kind of like probably the landing, like before you get in the doors. But the darkness is encompassing, I mean, everything. And then like some of the stairs too, and a little bit in the cathedral itself.
What about the sick and dying or whatever?
Oh, there's a lot of ruckus on the stairs of what's going on. So you can hear some of like the cries of just like basically just fear from the people. And you can hear
the
like
darkness.
Some people, trying to roll down the stairs out of the darkness. And other people from the streets just screaming.
I'm going to try and
because
intimidate.
They see it.
I'm going to say something to the effect, Children of Darkness, this is no longer your fight. But you might want to watch out for those guys behind you, who you have neglected and kicked off the stairs. And I'm going to try and move over instead to Ingus and grapple and drag him up the steps into the inside.
Aw, I think, yeah.
Roll for intimidate.
Or at least to the door.
I like the idea of you picking me up like a kitten from the scruff and just like carrying me in.
You're still in the
fetal position. Well, you can't really do much with the fetal position, dude.
I have another, my next turn I would be more active. I'm just, protecting my body.
All the vital organs.
I'll just move in the direction of the door. It's gotten lost. 24. Ooh, that's a good check.
You're so scary.
Yeah, I'm a scary dude.
Yeah, they are.
With hazel eyes.
As a team, we should stick to psychological warfare. I think.
They are very intimidated by that, and so they're just kind of like standing there, and you can see they like kind of like take a step back from where they hear the voice because they're not really sure what's going on, and they can't orient themselves, and so they're looking a lot more, even more worried than they were before when the whole world went dark. Then you go over and just kind of pick up Ingus, just kind of carry him towards the door, and you can get like just inside the door.
I'm going to stop outside the doorway, but drop Ingus, like shove him into the doorway.
Like a bowling ball, just roll me in.
Just push him in.
You cast the darkness on yourself, too, so you are the darkness.
It's on my sword, so that I am the darkness.
You are the, okay, so the darkness is...
So now it's dark where we are again.
Okay, so Riven, you're probably like back in darkness. It encompasses because the ball is moving.
See, now it would have made sense to see your camera with you sitting in a dark camper.
Should I re-enable just for this very moment?
Yes.
Yes.
You have to.
Enter the darkness.
Oh.
Everyone should just turn off their lights except for me.
That's like on the whole other side of the room. Oh my.
And also, I have the sun here.
Oh yeah, it's still, you've got this like radiant halo over your head, Kurt. I don't know why you didn't want your camera on this whole time. It's
Radiant halo of camper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually better now.
I kind of like it.
It's interesting.
Not that you weren't interesting before, in other episodes.
This is the only place I can shoot from anymore, huh?
Always go to your camper during.
It's not even mine.
Okay, so in any case, I think that was my action, right? To grab Ingus.
And then you're like just inside the door. Right?
I want to be just outside the door. I don't know how big is this door? Is it like, how wide is this door?
It's pretty big, so it's probably 5 feet on each side. It's a very, very large, heavy door, but you can open it. That's not hard. Just big church doors, big temple.
I want to stand outside the door. I don't know how far everyone else has gone in the door.
I am 30 feet inside the door, so if your cone is actually 15 to 20 feet, I still can see.
I definitely embraced the fact that I was like balled up and I tried to like turn into a somersault where I rolled as far as I could when you sent me down.
It's pretty funny.
Just for the fun of it. And no one saw it because it's pitch black. Carry on.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Okay. So next is going to be the Children of Chaos.
Oh, lordy.
Which heard Eli's thing. It's pitch black.
Oh, but they're intimidated, hopefully.
Okay, they are going to... Eli, you'd be the only one to see them. So they're going to back up from where they are because they were facing the door, and they're going to slowly kind of back up. Two of them back up. They hit the stairs. Two of them slip down the stairs and start to tumble down the stairs.
All the ailing bodies down there.
Yeah. You hear some sick people go, oh! And the other three just slowly work themselves and like kind of feel their way down the steps backwards very slowly, and they eventually would get out of the circle of darkness And so they're like kind of like midway down the steps. And you can hear one of them turn to there when it goes, "It's a spellcaster, go get backup."
Ooh.
And one of them turns and then begins to run down the steps.
Oh, okay. So one's bailing.
And they said there's 40 Children of Chaos guards in the Docks district, I think way back when they said that.
I think so, yeah, there's a good chunk.
So, goodbye forever.
The other two need to stand back up, and the other two are just going to like wait on the stairs because it's just pitch black. There's nothing they can really do. Dalana, your turn. So it is totally dark. I think you're just like at the very entrance of like the door, so you're you can feel like people kind of like whizzing past you in the darkness.
Like on the inside of it, or like the doors, or on the outside of that door?
I think you'd still be on the outside of the door.
I'm a slow mover. Yeah. Just like, ooh. Maybe I just like was watching the commotion and just sort of like, watching an accident happen. Just sort of stayed there.
Mm-hmm.
Your face is frighteningly red right now, Kurt. It's hilarious, though.
Oh my
That's
God.
awesome.
Obviously, like, they're triggered by people doing magic. Can I, though? I don't have to see anyone for this. I have this thing called Chill Touch, which I can create a ghostly skeletal hand in the space of a creature within range. Now, is anyone within range? Or does it count if it's like dark or?
They might be in range, but you can't see anybody. I think with that, you would need like a visual target.
Do half-elves have any advantage at seeing in this
Like
level?
total
of
darkness?
Not in magical darkness. Magic, that's a whole nother thing, is magical darkness.
Oh. That's nerdy.
Yeah, there's not much that can see through this.
You don't even have to really engage in battle. You have...
I mean, I could just keep going. I could just head up, start looking for Solomon, I guess. Because I can't really help necessarily. Just shooting an arrow in the dark, I don't know. I want to just start making my way and like figuring out where like Solomon is.
Okay.
The infiltrator.
So you kind of turn in the door, and I guess you can feel like the carpet that leads down the entranceway. Make a survival check as you're feeling around in the darkness. Let's see if you can orient yourself.
14.
Okay, so you can like feel where like the carpet is on the ground, and you can kind of remember where you were positioned before everything just went black, and so you can figure out that like, okay, I can go in down here, and you go right down the middle of the temple, and then eventually you come out of the darkness, and again find yourselves down this long kind of hallway in this like stone cathedral with these large kind of pillars that are lining this long hallway with these small rooms off of the sides.
I just quickly need to say that in real life, Erin would have like a -7 to a not tripping on a carpet check.
Oh, absolutely. I would trip
Clumsiest
every single
humans I've ever
time,
met.
Oh, doesn't even need to be a real carpet. I could just be like imaginary carpet. Trip on it. Would I see Riven?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you would see Riven, because I think both of you would be outside the darkness at this point.
Yeah.
And basically there's like other like nuns, sisters, and brothers kind of like racing around trying to figure out what to do, because everyone's basically panicking right now. Then you can also hear like, the moans of the injured in like the side rooms.
So are we like sneaking together, or should we?
So yeah, so you you come up next to Riven. If you'd like to talk to him, you could, but he's got his bow out.
Riven, dude, I think we need to like just go and like, this is the time to like go find Father Solomon.
Oh, see, no, this is the best part. I can only lie.
Oh, right. Do I know that you picked
I
yourself?
forgot about that.
Well, you probably saw me flick a bunch of blood onto Ingus's face, so...
Right.
But whether or not that occurs to you...
Yeah, but your behavior is impulsive. I feel like I would know that by now.
I'm gonna say, that sounds like a fantastic idea.
Oh, okay. Well, do you need me here to help you, bro?
I'm gonna say, let's find Father Solomon. I can say that, right? There's nothing to be true or a lie there, right?
I was gonna say, yeah, that's not. I think that counts. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it up to you that it's gotta be lies.
I'm gonna take charge
I'll
of my lying.
Yep, you just gotta role play that.
Keep track
Okay.
of your lying.
From now on, when
Oh,
my
God.
character is speaking, everything that I say will be what actually comes out of his mouth.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
Say, let's find Father Solomon.
Okay, dude, let's go find Father Solomon. Sounds like you're in, right?
He needs to know what's going on.
Yes. Well, I mean, I think he's kind of the orchestrator of all this, so I think we need to just sort of like get a knife up his throat,
I feel like it would be best if he knew what was going on.
Okay. Oh, God. You're messing with my mind right now. And this is going to be a bitch to edit because I'm going to be like so confused.
I'm confused.
I'm along for the ride.
You could, just go run and tell him, oh my god, there's a ruckus outside, and then there you are right next to him if you can.
Oh, Father Solomon. Is that what you're talking
I
about?
don't know. you'd have, because there's like an emergency going on outside, so you could just run and be like, oh, you got to come out here. But then we'd have to face off with him, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm scared Father Solomon is a big bad guy that's going to kick my ass.
Yeah.
Is there anyone around in the temple that would belong here or know the way around that isn't us?
There's other like nuns and monks that are working there that have little like trays of like water and bloodied rags and whatnot that are tending to the wounded and sick in other rooms.
I'm gonna point to one of them. I'm gonna say, "Which way to Father Solomon?"
Dalana has to do that.
Oh. Yo. I gotta like get to Father Solomon. Like, there's this thing going on, and like it like directly involves him. And it's my first day here, but like, remind me where his office is again. Can you show me there? Point me the direction.
They look at you and they obviously look at your disguise, and they just they point down the hallway kind of towards the back through a stone arch at the back of the temple, and you can kind of see like some purple light or some purple glow come from like the back of the temple.
All right.
That was easy.
Yeah, that's easy. I'm gonna go towards the purple glow.
Okay, and so you're gonna keep walking down towards like the end of the temple.
Yeah.
And when you enter his office, he's already killed himself. Game over. It's over.
Surprise!
And he's now been afflicted with the scourge.
There's a note that says, I feel bad, and then he's like bled out on his desk.
Killed by his conscience.
I'm gonna have a character named his conscience sometime.
It's gonna go back to Riven.
Okay, so I'm gonna start running towards the soft purple light.
So you
How
go
far away is it?
running back towards the soft purple light. It's probably about like 80 feet back.
Big church.
Yeah, it's a big temple.
Okay, so if I dash, how far can I move?
So dash would give you another 30.
Okay, so if I dash and then take a bonus dash move, I can make it all the way there.
Okay. You go through the stone arch at the back, and then you can see there's a back room with a fountain
Oh.
in the middle of the room, and then off to the left where that kind of purple light is coming from, you can see there's another smaller stone arch, which looking through it, you can see that there's a really large like statue of an angel with like a little like water bowl in front of it, I guess. And you can see there's like a whole bunch of like these like candles that are giving off this kind of like purplish light that are lit inside that room. There's some kind of like panicked nuns that are kind of like running out of the room with the statue in it. And there's also a door that goes out the back of the temple, and then also some doors off to your right that goes back into what looks kind of like a kitchen, and then also kind of like you can see there's like some bunk beds off to the sides, probably where the sisters and brothers sleep.
Okay, I'm gonna grab one of the nuns as they're scurrying and say, "Which way to Father Solomon?"
Father Solomon, he trapped himself in the mausoleum of the honored dead in the back. He hasn't been out since last night.
Which way?
They point out like the back door.
All right, and is that my entire turn?
Yes.
I thought you were going to get Father Solomon in that turn. You almost
He's
did.
very anticlimactic. Riven finds him and executes him.
Game over.
You can always dream.
Sometimes kicking the door works really well.
Yeah, just go for it.
You just go in there and you shoot him in the head. It's like, oh, okay, got him.
He's like, "I've been waiting for you." I'm like, thunk.
Got the big bad evil. Yeah, okay.
And sometimes telling your enemy that if you get hit, coins will pop out of your mouth works really well.
Seems to be working 100% of the time.
Hasn't killed me yet.
Daniel.
Okay. Daniel was down. Is he out of the darkness? Almost. Is he on the edge of the darkness?
Are you in the door or out of the door?
I'm out of the door. I'm still on the stairs.
Yeah, I think you're still in darkness.
Imprisoning me? Alright. I will
Hello,
make...
darkness, my old friend.
I've been hearing a lot of people going into the door, and I'm hearing Riven yell at nuns and being a bully. So I'm gonna go into the church or whatever. Make my way that way.
So you're gonna make
Oh,
your
you
way
want me to do
towards
survival?
the open door. Yep, survival. So you kind of know where the opening of the door is because you're not too far away. So it won't be a tough one.
Ooh. Where do I go?
Wait, what'd you roll?
It's a 1. Where do I go?
So you.
So I lick my finger out and I like hold it for the wind.
So very confidently you walk in a direction because you're like, oh, I was like right by this door.
Yeah, this is where it is. Yeah. Like,
And
walk out of the darkness and see the bad guys.
Yep, make a dex save as suddenly the floor is not there and you hit the stairs.
Okay, that's a solid 13.
Okay, and so you catch yourself from falling down the stairs, but so you catch the stairs and you stop yourself, and you realize that you went like the wrong
opposite
direction. You then go the other direction, and you'd be able to make it basically to the door.
Okay, in all my confusion.
That would be pretty much all your movement.
Yeah, I'm into it. I'm at the door.
Yep, so you're at the door. So you have found it, though.
I'll be like, all right, dudes, you let me know when I gotta do something. I'll make sure no one comes through this door, hopefully.
Good job.
Okay.
I mean, there's not a whole lot I can do in this situation, unfortunately.
You can't just punch in the dark.
I mean, it worked once.
Punch the darkness.
But I should probably go with my friends. There's an ice cream truck outside.
Ooh.
Is it a good ice cream truck or a creepy one?
I've never been, so I don't know.
There was always the one that like would go around our neighborhood in LA that was just like, I mean, they played like the song. It just sounds so creepy.
Constantly.
Like, it's just constantly.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like the middle of the night. It feels like, I don't know.
The middle of the night? Who wants ice cream in the middle of the night?
Tons of people.
The jingle of the ice cream truck triggers memories of Dalana and her sex cult.
Do I have anything
my-
cool I can do? No. All right, whatever. Yeah, I'm just at the door.
We all scream for night cream.
I take a bite.
Okay,
That's not right. Something wrong with that.
Daniel, you have found the door, and
Yeah.
Ingus, I think
All right.
you were also by the door because you were kindly drugged there by Eli.
I was dropped just inside of the door. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I am limited in like the spells I can cast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to aim just outside of the door, at least my interpretation of it.
Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh, okay.
Having heard Daniel try to aim just in front of the door, but I want to block the door with a spell called Cloud of Daggers, which creates a cloud of daggers. And if it does end up hitting Daniel, he did punch me in the face earlier, so...
No, you're right. You did say you'd pay it back, so.
Call back.
It makes a 5x5 cloud of daggers, and I want to plant that to take up as much space in front of the door as possible. And I want to cast it by, I'm going to pull a small dagger out of my hand and start like flipping it, and then start juggling it, and then it sort of manifests itself into like thousands of flying daggers.
No, that's pretty cool.
And so you want to cast that pretty much...
Right in front of the door where Daniel, I want to try and get it so that Daniel's not in it,
Okay.
but also blocking the door.
We are the worst team ever. We are just
Yeah, it's pretty great.
the worst.
I'm trusting my instincts that I know where to land this thing.
You couldn't put it in front of him?
That's what I'm
He's
doing.
trying to.
in complete
I
darkness.
thought you were casting it centered on him.
No, I'm trying to cast it in front of him so he doesn't get hurt. But if it does hit him, he
There's
deserves
no guilt.
payback.
I won't be mad at it either. Like, I get it. You told me.
I did warn you about that. But I don't want to hurt him
So-
if I, can help it.
So he's basically like right next to you because I think you're right inside the door, so you can hear him.
Yeah, how about I like take a step toward his voice and I literally take his hand in the dark so I know where he is. So that'll be my movement. And then I cast it right in front of myself.
Okay. I mean, you guys are close enough. I mean, you'd be able to hear him coming towards. So
I also said where I was.
Yeah, I want to be a clown that grabs his hand in the dark, though, and then casts a cloud of daggers right in front of him.
And I want to have my hand grasped by a clown in the dark, so I'm into it.
I mean, you probably heard your voice. You can kind of probably guess that you're like there-ish.
I'm glad we're doing this without a map today. This is perfect.
I'm trying to have like a mental image of the stuff that's going on.
It's working in my head.
I think I
Ingus,
think
grab
I got
my
it.
hand.
Grabbing his hand to sort of line myself up on his plane, and then when I have a sense of where he is, I'll cast the spell right in front of it.
I'm just gonna have to do percentile to see if you land a hand. And so you got him. So you grab
You grab my
so a thin but very strong forearm as you reach out into the darkness.
Cool. And then I, with my other hand, start
Hold
flipping a
hands.
dagger in my hand, and then I sort of turn it into a juggling routine, and then it like increases until it's thousands of flying daggers. All within my 6-second turn.
And so both you and Daniel can hear like the slicing of like the literal cloud of daggers as it manifests right in front of where Daniel is, because you can feel where he is.
I'm terrified.
Yeah, so Daniel, you can hear kind of this like slicing and grinding noise happening like right in front of you. You can't see anything, but you can hear it. It's kind of like a giant
Shing,
garbage
shing, shing.
disposal.
I don't like
with
that.
really sharp knives all sharpening each other in a cloud in front of you.
They're getting sharper the longer it goes.
That'd be sweet.
I'm going to say to Daniel, it's time to move, and then I'm going to turn and run as much distance as I have left.
Sure.
So
Probably-
you can,
15
Probably
more
like
feet or
5
something.
feet or so, yeah.
yeah.
Try to manifest it in your brain.
Yeah, okay, so then you run into the temple, still in complete darkness. Okay,
I might trip on that carpet.
you are inside. Run it because you ran away from the daggers.
Yep.
but it's still very dark.
And the daggers last for up to a minute. That's what, 10 rounds? So
Yeah, they're going to be there for a hot minute, which is actually 10 rounds.
I think we've turned this into like a bank robbery where they're outside and they're like, "What are your demands?" There's a cloud of knives in front.
Yeah, slicing noises coming from the
They can only
darkness
hear the
below.
knives. They can't even see the knives. They're just gonna walk
They
into it.
sound like a garbage disposal.
But now there's literally jagged knives barring the sick people on the steps from entering a
Okay,
hospital.
isn't it the
Sick
same
people
though as
don't
like
come in.
having to pay the fee? Like, what's the difference?
Well,
Hey, remember, kids at home, we're the good guys.
it's only temporary.
And what you did to Orlando was not temporary.
He's real dead, yeah.
You made his last moments very painful.
And
And we tried to
terrifying.
throw him down the stairs too.
I had a lot of fun with that one.
I'll say, Daniel's got all these new toys. He's got to use them. He does one thing. He punches.
Last thing I say is like, it's time to move in, and then I turn and try to hope that Daniel comes with.
Yeah, I'm with you. Daniel feels the familiar warmth and friendliness of Ingus's hand.
And the like grease of like white makeup, because
Yeah.
I make up my hands too. Or maybe I'm wearing like silky black gloves, who knows?
I know I'm wearing silky black gloves.
They could be velvet, crushed velvet.
Oh, maybe when I touch your hand, our like brands, like we can talk telepathically and our like branded hands merge together or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot about that already.
I feel at first that you grab my hand and you hear Daniel's thoughts of, man, I really have to fart right now. Or something, you know? Like, I'm really hungry.
And then I say like telepathically in all earnestness, that would be really funny
Yeah.
and perfect.
Daniel farts.
To make the clown laugh.
And then I'll telepathically tell him, I'll say,
man.
no, it's me, because it's total blackness. This is great.
Even though it's 15 minutes early, we could end this episode on Daniel's fart if we wanted to.
Fart in the dark.
Or we could keep going.
It'd be a heck of a cliffhanger. We've got a whirlwind of knives and a fart.
From a clown's perspective, that's absolutely perfect.
That's perfect.
And I mean, to be fair, I don't know how much more we'll get done in the sense of, because we have to go to the Crypt Keeper's house.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to do a whole Solomon battle tonight anyway.
I want to at least get inside.
Yeah, because at least at this point, you guys really aren't in combat with the Children of Chaos. So really, like, the initiative order is pretty much over, because they're not gonna go towards the darkness or, like, the grinding knife noise. At least until reinforcements get there from wherever.
Which is terrifying.
You guys would,
There's
be
this
able to,
guy
like,
coughing
scout
up silver coins.
the temple
And all
and
of a sudden
stuff.
everything went dark. And then there was a garbage disposal by the door.
Yeah, and Orlando's dead.
He's pretty fucking dead.
Super
Yeah,
dead.
that would probably discourage them a little bit more from advancing at this moment.
We're gonna have a very action-packed, intense next episode, though. I'm excited.
I mean, we could just let everybody have their last combat round too, if you want.
We don't want to end on the
We could
fart.
go through, because all we have is, like, in, like, the order,
It can
we have,
still end on a fart.
we have Eli and Dalana, and then like, that's the end of the order. So should we, like, just end with those two?
Let's just let them do their thing, because that'll probably take up 15 minutes. So
And Daniel's full of farts. He's been eating only meat. So,
we can always like splice the episode so that the fart's at the end if we really like the fart, or we could find a better cliffhanger,
Good cliffhanger.
All right, let's
Leave
keep
the
going.
audience wanting for more.
a better cliff stinker.
Eli, Mr. Darkness himself.
All right, so then I'm going to go inside and close the door.
Well, you have to get through the cloud of blades, though.
I'm right next to Ingus. I put him down.
So you'd have to pull Daniel in a little bit to make sure that, because then you could close it.
That's fine. I will.
Yeah, okay. So the Daniel, you would feel another, I guess, friendly grasp. Maybe a little stronger this
I
time.
might not see my friends, but I still see their gamer tag nameplates that would hover above their heads. So I still know
Hit
what's
points.
going on. Yeah. Or like the Diablo colored rings under their feet. Yeah. Like player 1 and player 2. Yeah. Don't worry. It's probably, it's canon, whatever. It's in the script.
I'm sorry that we wrote in that you're playing in a camper, Kurt. That was a weird choice that we made.
Try things, see if they work.
I guess I'll end my turn by telling Daniel that you probably shouldn't hold on to a fart. It's better just to let it go.
This is coming from a doctor, by the way.
How did you know it was me? It was dark.
Smells like ham and bread.
That's all any of us eat.
Well, no, because I grasped you and I probably caught the same notion in your head.
Yeah, you did hear the residual thoughts of, that was a good fart.
Yeah.
Eli, are you you're gonna close the door too?
Yeah, if I can.
Okay, because you close the door and you see that there's like a big like lever like lock on the inside as well.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, if I have any more time to slide it shut, I will do that too.
Boom.
Joke's on them.
It's a big, heavy, like, slide line that has, like, a big, like, iron, basically, rod that goes through another side, so you go and lock that into place. So now it will be essentially impossible to get in from the outside.
If you
And
survive
now
the blades in the darkness.
It's Dalana's turn, who just saw me book it an insane amount of distance.
Do I hear what's going on behind me, or like what Riven? Like, do I see what Riven's up to and hear about Father Solomon?
So you can hear Riven bolt down to the end of the temple and like try to figure out where to go from there. And behind you, I guess if you turn around, you can see probably the edge of the darkness. And so you can hear the door get slammed shut, a huge bolt get like slammed to lock the door, and the sound of like the grinding knives against themselves is kind of blotted out since the door is now closed.
And are there like still like staff members around? Did everyone leave? Are there people milling about? Is it sort of like empty halls?
So most of like the other like sisters and like monks that are in the place, like so like the nuns and the monks, they've gone to the sides in like the side rooms to kind of basically run away. They don't want any business of what's going on in this middle chaos.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna maybe just try to like regroup and find like my friends. And maybe I go up and say like, hey, Riven, like, did you get any like intel of like where Father Solomon is hiding out? Is he in here?
So with your roguiness, you would actually you'd be able to catch up with Riven.
Okay.
So you bolt down towards Riven and kind of run up right next to him as like other new nuns are kind of scattering into like the side rooms.
Okay, and I'm gonna say, did you know that there's a crypt on this place that Father Solomon likes to retreat to?
I did not know that. Wait, are you telling the truth? Oh, fuck.
I'm not telling anything. I am asking you a question.
Right. I didn't know that. But perhaps that's true. How about we just go back and see our friends and regroup? Like, it's kind of like chaos here, and I don't want to like be under suspicion.
The suspicion's been raised, I think.
Well,
not for you, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know where we're gonna go hide out. I guess the bathroom.
It's reasonable.
Yeah.
Go hide and cry in the bathroom.
That's where I would go.
It's a place of solace.
Yeah.
But I guess I would sort of be like, hey, let's go regroup to plan this next step. Obviously, like, we have to find this crypt.
I feel like that's a great idea because those guys are definitely all competent and we don't all punch the clown.
Right! That's my dude, Riven. Okay. Sweet. So confused. I'm so confused.
This is the best I can do under the circumstances.
You're gonna be lying for a whole other hour now?
Oh my god.
I like the complete darkness, the complete deception. We have no idea what's going on.
I just want to implant in everyone's mind that at one point there were 3 branded hand people all essentially standing in a doorway holding hands, telepathically talking about farts.
It's beautiful. Yeah. Jake really wishes that was the ending. Yeah.
It's okay to fart is the moral that we've been going for this entire. We're now 9 episodes into our main story, and we're finally getting.
Yeah, I'm gonna telepathically say, "You guys are so strong and beautiful and wonderful people," and I thoroughly believe that with all my heart.
Oh, wait, that's a lie, though. Obviously.
What?
Rude.
Call me ugly.
And on that note,
and there it is.
And so Dalana, you're basically just kind of looking for Father Solomon kind of at the back of the church. So the 2 rogues are kind of scouting out the place together in the back. The other 3 are kind of still in the darkness blob towards the front, kind of by the front door. But within the church itself, you just kind of hear some of the cries of like the wounded in the side and some of the kind of the frightened shouts of the nuns and monks that are inside. But I think with that, we'll leave it there for you to try to scout the temple and find Father Solomon wherever he may be hiding out.
He's already dead. So this is effective.
What
we
a
already
twist.
did.
M. Night Shyamalan twist.
The actual cool thing is that we have Bruce Willis as a guest star in the next episode.
That would
finally
break my brain.
He's totally not dead the entire time. He's Father Solomon as Bruce Willis.
That would be sweet as hell.
But in Liam Neeson's voice, I think I remember, right?
So I'm just going to do this ending thingy-mabob.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Thanks so much for joining us on another quest. Be sure to tune in next time to keep up with the continuing adventures of our crew. You can check out the video version of our adventures on YouTube, or you can listen to them as podcasts wherever podcasts are found. In the meantime, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow Heads Must Roll on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Thanks. And it's okay to fart. It's healthy.
Let it out.
Don't hold it in.